1. Which principle of adult learning is most critical when training technicians on the IICRC Water Restoration Technician standards? A. Rote memorization. B. Immediate applicability. C. Passive lecture-based delivery. D. Long-term theory analysis. 2. When evaluating a technician's ability to classify water losses, which method ensures the most reliable assessment? A. Multiple choice written exam. B. Role-playing a real scenario. C. Oral questioning without context. D. Open-ended surveys. 3. In developing curriculum for water restoration training, what is the most effective way to address diverse learning styles? A. Use only text-based manuals. B. Incorporate demonstrations and discussions. C. Limit interaction to self-study. D. Focus solely on online quizzes. 4. A technician misclassifies a Category 2 water loss as Category 1. Which evaluation technique would best identify this error during training? A. Peer review of restoration plans. B. Multiple choice knowledge quiz. C. Group brainstorming session. D. True-false exam. 5. Which regulatory body's standards must water restoration curricula align with when addressing worker safety? A. OSHA. B. FDA. C. EPA. D. ANSI. 6. What is the most effective communication strategy for trainers when teaching psychrometry in water restoration? A. Using highly technical jargon. B. Relating concepts to on-the-job tasks. C. Avoiding real-world examples. D. Providing only written formulas. 7. Which mentoring technique best helps a new technician learn to monitor drawing progress? A. Encouraging independent trial and error without guidance. B. Demonstrating equipment use and supervising practice. C. Assigning only written materials for study. D. Allowing them to observe silently without participation. 8. In evaluating technicians' ability to follow drawing standards, which metric is most reliable? A. Adherence to documentation protocols. B. Attendance in class sessions. C. Oral recall of definitions. D. Group participation. 9. What is the primary adult learning principle applied when technicians learn to interpret moisture mapping? A. Concrete experience. B. Passive listening. C. Repetition drills. D. Deferred feedback. 10. Which teaching method most effectively conveys safety compliance in water restoration projects? A. Interactive case studies. B. Textbook memorization. C. Silent reading assignments. D. Multiple choice worksheets. 11. When creating a curriculum for water restoration training, what ensures compliance with industry regulations? Including IICRC S500 standards. B. Avoiding standards to encourage flexibility. C. Creating unique rules unrelated to standards. D. Relying solely on company policies. 12. Which communication approach is best when technicians report moisture readings to supervisors? A. Concise, standardized language. B. Using informal, inconsistent terms. C. Avoiding documentation. D. Sharing results only verbally. 13. In adult learning, why is immediate feedback critical during water restoration skills training? A. Adults lose interest quickly. B. Adults prefer long, theoretical explanations. C. It reinforces correct performance in real time. D. It reduces the need for evaluation. 14. Which evaluation tool best measures a technician's ability to apply structural drying principles? A. Hands-on performance assessment. B. Multiple choice written test only. C. Open-ended opinion survey. D. Informal peer discussion. 15. A technician struggles with dehumidifier calculations. Which mentoring method is most effective? A. Walking through calculations step by step with supervision. B. Asking them to memorize formulas without practice. C. Ignoring the difficulty to maintain schedule. D. Assigning unrelated tasks. 16. Which regulatory consideration must be emphasized when training workers on contaminated water extraction? A. EPA guidelines for disposal. B. FAA guidelines for transport. C. FCC rules for communication. D. USDA food handling policies. 17. What is the most effective adult learning strategy for teaching the categorization of water damage? A. Realistic case-based scenarios. B. Repetition of glossary terms. C. Passive listening to definitions. D. Reading technical manuals only. 18. Which evaluation method best validates technicians' ability to document drying logs? A. Practical demonstration with real equipment. B. Essay-based exam. C. Oral interview on theory. D. Group brainstorming. 19. When mentoring a trainee on safety practices, what communication approach is most effective? A. Model correct behavior consistently. B. Provide abstract theory only. C. Rely solely on written policies. D. Avoid discussing mistakes. 20. Which adult learning principle is most important when technicians practice using moisture meters? A. Experiential learning. E. Passive reading. C. Memorization drills. D. Deferred assessments. 21. When developing evaluation rubrics for training, what ensures fairness in assessing drying procedures? A. Clear, objective performance criteria. B. Subjective trainer impressions. C. General attendance records. D. Group consensus. 22. Which curriculum strategy ensures that trainees retain psychrometric knowledge? A. Repeated practical application with equipment. B. Isolated theoretical instruction. C. Memorizing charts without context. D. Long lectures without engagement. 23. What is the best mentoring technique for helping technicians improve their inspection accuracy? A. Provide constructive feedback after observations. B. Let them work independently without feedback. C. Only give written checklists. Avoid involvement to promote independence. 24. Which communication technique ensures accurate transfer of technical drying knowledge? A. Using standardized terminology and visuals. B. Speaking in generalized terms. C. Avoiding technical vocabulary altogether. D. Limiting instructions to verbal only. 25. Which regulatory compliance issue must be integrated into training on microbial remediation after water damage? A. OSHA respiratory protection standards. B. FDA labeling regulations. C. FCC broadcasting rules. D. Shipping standards. 26. Which evaluation format best measures critical thinking in water loss classification? A. Scenario-based practical exam. B. Multiple choice theory exam only. C. True or false quiz. D. Peer feedback survey. 27. When mentoring, what is the best approach for reinforcing proper drying documentation habits? A. Reviewing logs daily with corrective feedback. B. Allowing technicians to submit incomplete logs. C. Relying on oral reporting only. D. Ignoring documentation accuracy. 28. What is the most effective adult learning technique for teaching extraction methods? A. Hands-on, supervised practice. B. Memorization of manual text. C. Silent reading of case studies. D. Passive video watching without interaction. 29. Which communication strategy is most effective when instructing on drying goals? A. Clear, measurable objectives stated upfront. B. Vague, non-specific expectations. C. Informal verbal reminders only. D. No stated goals. 30. In evaluating learning outcomes, which measure demonstrates true mastery of water restoration? A. Ability to apply knowledge in real job scenarios. B. Attendance in classroom sessions. C. Recall of glossary terms. D. Participation in group discussions. 31. When training technicians, which curriculum design principle ensures alignment with IICRC standards? A. Backward design from certification objectives. B. Using only company-specific goals. C. Avoiding structured objectives. D. Developing content without references. 32. Which mentoring technique is most effective for developing leadership among water restoration trainees? A. Shadowing experienced supervisors with guided reflection. E. Allowing independent work without review. C. Relying only on reading leadership books. D. Avoiding collaborative assignments. 33. What evaluation method best measures a technician's compliance with safety standards during restoration? A. Direct observation in simulated scenarios. B. True-false compliance quiz. C. Group brainstorming activity. D. Informal self-reporting.